Hey, this is Tyree, and we're in my home guitar sanctuary in Brooklyn, New York. And I'm here to talk about my nominated work in the 12th Annual Independent Music Awards. It's my album that came out last year. It's called Tyree, Thoughtform Variations, and it's nominated in the Best Instrumental Album category. It's basically a collection of solo guitar, acoustic guitar works that I've been working on for several years prior, and I'm really happy about the nomination, and I'm glad people are listening. And so I'm just going to kind of go through some of these questions provided and hope to give you guys some insight into who I am and what I'm about. Who are my influences? Well, I've led a pretty rich musical life, and I've been listening to music and playing music since a very young age. I guess the first things that inspired me were rock and pop and classical music. And then I got really into jazz and studied classical guitar. The particular nominated work is very influenced by guitar virtuosos and kind of the jazz and classical milieus. So like, let's say John McLaughlin, Pat Martino, Mike Stern, Wayne Krantz, Vernon Reid. You might not hear it in this because it's all acoustic work, but there's guitar players like Michael Hedges and Khaki King that were doing more alternate tuning, acoustic guitar, instrumental compositions, which very much influenced this record. But really, anybody that's kind of relentlessly pursued their own creative visions, being it in music or art or anything, has been a huge, huge influence on me. And anytime anyone picks up this instrument and makes some kind of sound with it is in some way inspiring to me. And the better they are at it, the more kind of blown away I am. And so I've always tried to kind of live up to the standards set in front of me by these great masters. So this project was totally funded through Kickstarter, which this is the first time I'd ever done any crowdfunding, and my wife encouraged me to do this. I'm really glad I did because I got the money and I was able to pay for really nice packaging and mastering and some promo and all kinds of stuff regarding the album. So that was really great, and I was able to give back to all my fans, and it helped garner some attention and some praise, and I'm really glad I did it that way. I definitely would recommend the crowdfunding route to any artist looking to release something, especially if they don't have any other means of support. So I decided to submit this year to the IMAs because I'd actually done so prior with my previous release, Tyree BT3 Revision, which is a very, very different record than the one out now. It's more of an electric ensemble-oriented instrumental kind of jazz funk fusion stuff. Again on my Sonic Architectures label. And this actually got nominated again for Best Instrumental Album, and it won Best Instrumental Album in the Vox Pop poll, which was pretty cool. And I'm hoping I get at least the same thing this year, if not, the full-on IMA, and hopefully that will garner some more attention towards what I'm doing and what I'm capable of doing in the future. And I'm really hoping to get some partnerships, some sponsorships, product sponsorships, and also I'm looking for an agent and a manager. So as far as how I would leverage this success in my career, those are some things I'm really hoping to achieve in the next year or so. So, how will musicians make a living if fans continue to expect music to be free? That's a pretty interesting question, and it's very relevant these days. There was a time, as we all know, when music sold in a physical form, being it LPs, cassettes, CDs, 8 tracks, whatever your medium of choice. And now these numbers have been, declining for drastically for the past 10, 15 years. With the advent of the internet and streaming and free downloading and even YouTube, where you can just look up a song and someone's put it up in some kind of video and you can just listen to it, plug it into your stereo, and you've got the song as many times as you can hit the play button on YouTube. What does that mean as far as musicians supporting themselves? Well, I still sell a lot of music every month, and if I can do it, a lot of other people can do it as well. I still also support artists that I appreciate. Like I just bought music a couple days ago. I bought a CD. And I like buying CDs. I like having that tactile experience and smelling it and looking at the credits and the art, and that's all part of it for me. It's not really enough even, buying something on iTunes where I feel like I've paid for it and I'm supporting the artist. That is still even not the same for me. I even still like listening to vinyl, but I'm just old school in that way. I do not believe that music as a commodity is dead. I think people just have to hang in there and keep, trying to get creative with it. And I also really believe that the soul of music as a profession is really the live experience, performing in front of people, having that communal shared experience. That's where I believe musicians are really going to, be able to support themselves. And then, hopefully they'll be selling CDs there. Most of my music I've sold at gigs. So I actually have a lot coming up in the next year. I'm getting ready to release a live album of my trio BT3, and I'm really excited about that. And I've got a number of really cool collaborations and sideman gigs coming up, and I've got a secret project that I can't talk about yet that's going to be awesome when it happens. And I'm hoping that will begin this year. Other than that, I'm around, I'm traveling a lot. I'm in the New York City area playing my music and other people's music and having a really good time. And you can check me out at www.bentyree.net. And I have a YouTube page, youtube.com/BenTyree, and twitter.com/BenTyree. And I don't know the Facebook URL because it's got some numbers in it, but you can look me up on Facebook and Google me and buy my music and keep in touch. And thank you so much. Peace.